So right away, this case already feels messy. At a first glance, it sounds like a normal eviction case. A landlord wants someone out of his property. But within seconds, the judge starts realizing that this situation is not that simple. Because the person actually living in the house isn't the one on the lease. Now that's where things start getting complicated. The lease belongs to the boyfriend, but the girlfriend says she's been living there since the beginning. And from the landlord's perspective, that makes her nothing more than a squatter. So the entire courtroom now has to figure out one key question. Does she actually have the right to stay there or not?
Okay. Okay, and so, Mr. Abdul Karim, you're asking for both Mr. Ali Bazi and Ms. Getter to relocate, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Well, you filed this complaint on November 26th. And it claims as though that Mr. Ali Bazi was personally served at a location in Dearborn.
Yes, it's the business side. Because he no longer live on the property, but this lady had people on him.
Okay. And so, do you have a lease with both Ms.
Yes.
Getter and Mr. Bazi?
I do have a lease.
Okay, I'll take a look at that, please.
Hers, she's not on the lease. Plus, I did leave a copy.
Hold on, sir. Hold on.
Copy in the front.
Okay, so.
And this right here is where things start looking really bad for her legally. Because in housing law, documentation matters. If your name isn't on the lease and your mail doesn't even go to the property, it becomes extremely difficult to prove that you legally live there. From the judge's perspective, she's trying to determine whether this woman is actually a resident or just someone staying there through the tenant. And that distinction can completely change the outcome of the case.
Hussein or Ali Bazi is not allowed to have anybody else live there with him.
No, it's not.
No, there's nothing in there.
No, not in the lease. You didn't say you're not allowed to have. But he
Okay,
did specify, Your Honor, says no dogs is allowed on the property except for service dog or handicap. You look on the last page.
no, I see that.
that-
What does that have to do with Ms. Getter living there?
Because I've been to the property twice to do some maintenance on it, and she was not there. And I was told by him the last time, when I did change the locks, that she no longer lived there.
Hold on. You changed the locks?
Yes,
When did you change the locks?
like 2 months ago. But when he requested that from me, he said the maid that come and clean the house, he stole things from his house. So I went to the house and I pronounced myself. Of course, I have to pronounce myself that I'm coming into the property, and nobody was home. So I asked him, I said, what is the girl for what she's done? He said she don't longer live there. So I said, are you lying to me because you don't live there, or you lying to me because you told me that they make store things from your house?
Okay,
When I answered that question,
so, all right. Ma'am, have you had any conversations with Mr. Abdul Karim prior to today?
yes, Friday.
Your Honor, I have been trying to get Charles's number for.
It's yes or no. Have you had conversations
Yes.
with the landlord prior to today?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
When did you last speak with the landlord?
I last spoke to the landlord just the other day when I received the eviction notice.
Right.
Now, this moment adds another layer of tension to the case. According to her, when she called the landlord to explain the situation, he didn't want to hear anything. He just told her to get out of the house immediately. Now, we don't know exactly how that conversation went, but moments like this show how quickly landlord-tenant disputes can turn emotional. From the landlord's perspective, someone is living in his house who never signed a lease. But from her perspective, she thought she was living there legitimately, with the tenant point two completely different views of the same situation.
Okay, is that the conversation that you had with Ms. Getter on Friday?
No, if I can speak up.
Did you have a conversation with Ms. Getter on Friday?
Yes. But I
Okay,
did not talk.
I'm sorry?
I did not talk.
Not in that tone.
No.
Okay. So, what was the conversation with Ms. Getter on Friday?
She called me Friday. She said, I have received the eviction note. I said, okay, and she said, me and Hussein, we have a the domestic violence or something. So therefore, I'm calling you. I said, why are you calling me for? I have no reason to talk to you, and you have no reason to be calling me. Your name is on the lease. Because the simple fact is, you move your mother to the house, you move your dog in the house, you change the last without my permission, and now you're calling me. So why are you calling me for? So she said, well, when his lease is up, I said, his lease is not up, which is, I don't want to tell you when his lease is up. She was like, okay, I want to take over the lease. I said, no, you are not
This is one of the most important legal moments in the entire hearing. The landlord calls her a squatter, but the judge immediately pushes back on that idea. Because technically, if the actual tenant allowed her to move in, then she may not legally be a squatter at all. And this is something many landlords don't realize. Once someone is allowed to live in a property by the tenant, removing them isn't always as simple as changing locks or telling them to leave. That's exactly why cases like this end up in court.
But who authorized her to move her mama and her dog? And there's no.
Just one moment, sir. Just one moment.
And
Ms. Getter moved in with Mr. Ali Bazi. Mr. Ali Bazi was lawfully permitted to be at the property, correct? Mr. Ali Bazi, no, excuse me, stop, please. Listen to my question. Mr. Ali Bazi has a lease with you.
Yes.
So he is an authorized person to reside at the property, correct?
Correct.
All right. So then he moved the love of his life in, apparently, Ms. Getter, he moved her in, correct?
No,
No, he did not move her in.
no, because I saw her once. Like I said, I was in the property twice.
Sir, hold on.
Do maintenance, you know,
Okay.
here.
Just because you saw her only one time doesn't mean he didn't move her in. She claims she's lived there since the start of the lease.
That's not true.
When did you move in, ma'am?
The start of the lease.
What date?
Oh gosh, I would have to check my records.
Well, great. Check away. Check your records.
Okay, give me 1 second. I hope this doesn't end. Okay. Whoops.
Can I speak?
Not yet.
Yeah, you got a beautiful courtroom, Your Honor.
Thank you, but please don't speak yet.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me see. I got the furniture on August 8th. So let me see. April, May, June. It would have been June, Your Honor.
Then you moved in June.
Yes.
Okay. And so you and Mr. Ali Bazi had been dating for how long before you moved in?
2 months.
Mr. Abdul Karim, do you know Mr. Ali Bazi other than renting him the property?
No,
He's not a family member, a friend of yours, nothing.
no.
Okay.
I
And so
I am on my oath.
I understand. Okay. What's that, ma'am?
I actually initially met Charles to rent the apartment because I picked it out.
It's not an apartment, it's a house.
Sorry, the house. But yes, I initially met with Charles and picked this house out for me and Hussein to move in.
Okay. Is that accurate, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So you are aware of who Ms. Getter is?
I'm aware.
Yeah. Sir, yes or no? You're aware of who she is,
Yes.
correct?
Like I said,
And she met with you to look at the property, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so, Ms. Getter, why is the lease only in Mr. Ali Bazi's name?
And this is where the story suddenly becomes something you would expect in a TV drama. She says the house was meant to be a secret place for their relationship because her boyfriend didn't want his family to know about it for religious reasons. That's why her name was never put on the lease. But here's the problem. In court, explanations don't carry the same weight as paperwork. And legally speaking, the paperwork only shows one tenant.
Okay. So And ma'am, how did you find the notice for this property?
It was in the mail.
I'm
And I
talking about, how did you know that this property was for lease?
A Google search like Zillow or something like that. It was online.
Okay, and so, what is the amount of rent due per month, sir?
3,000.
3,000 per month?
Yes, ma'am.
And, when did Mr. Ali Bazi pay his last rent payment?
September, Your Honor.
And so I understand that there's a PPO, ma'am. When did you obtain the PPO?
November 24th.
When did Mr. Ali Bazi move out of the property?
It would have been November 19th or 20th. He
Okay.
was trying to break back into the house. He was
Hold
trying
on that, ma'am, I
Okay.
didn't ask for the extra.
Okay.
And you changed the locks?
No, you check the locks.
No, sir, you testified that you changed the locks.
Yeah, before.
Excuse me, only one of us can speak at a time for the recording, okay? Otherwise, we can't make an accurate record.
Yes, Your Honor.
What day did you change the locks?
That was back in September, I think.
In September,
Yeah.
and that was the last day that Mr. Ali Bazi paid rent.
Yes. His excuse was,
Sir, I'm not asking for the extras right now. Okay, so now my next question then, sir, you said you testified as well that then Ms. Getter changed the locks after that.
he told me that, yes.
Who told you that?
Who said that?
Well, you can't tell me what he's telling you because he's
This
not
moment is extremely important legally. Changing the locks in a rental property can create serious issues depending on who has the authority to do it. Now the court is hearing that the landlord changed the locks earlier, and then she changed them again later. At this point, the judge is looking at a situation where multiple people are controlling access to a house while rent hasn't even been paid for months. That's exactly the kind of chaos courts try to sort out.
Sir, can you please stop interjecting, okay? When did you change the locks?
I changed them November 23rd.
Okay, well, ma'am, Mr. Abdul Karim doesn't want either one of you still at the property.
And now the legal argument turns into something much more human. She says she has nowhere else to go. She's still in school, and she might end up homeless if she's forced to leave immediately. These are the moments that make eviction cases extremely difficult, because the landlord is dealing with unpaid rent, while the person living there is dealing with the possibility of losing their home. And the judge has to balance both sides.
Homeless.
Well, ma'am, are you paying the rent for November or December?
I was not prepared. I've been putting all my money into moving because I don't have a job currently.
Okay,
Hussein was,
ma'am, so let me get this straight. You don't want to move until February when your house is ready. And you also don't want to pay rent at the property.
No, Your Honor, I will, if there's something I can pay, I can't pay $3,000. But I can try to pay something.
Well, I don't think that Mr. Abdul Karim is interested in that. Are you interested in that? No, he's not interested. He wants $3,000 a month for his property. That's what the lease was for.
Okay, well, can I just have some time to figure out a sooner action?
Well, what does that look like to you, ma'am?
I mean, I will do my best to be out by January 1st. That way I have the pod coming on the 15th. I can have everything packed and I can be out by the 1st.
And then what do you propose to do with the pod? Are you going to leave it on the property?
No. I'm going to move the pod. I'm going to move the pod to my new house until it's ready.
Okay. So, Mr. Abdul Karim, Do you want to agree to have Miss Getter moved by January 1st?
No, Your Honor,
Why not?
because they already in a hole of 2 months rent, and this month, that's 3 months now, that's $9,000. I cannot afford to have her stay another day in the house without her paying for this month rent. If she wanna stay, she have to pay for this month rent to January 1st, like you said, Your Honor, like you don't move on.
Okay,
Other than that, I mean.
ma'am, so what he's proposing is that he will give you till January 1st, but you have to pay the rent for December because that's due and owing and nobody's paid rent since September.
I honestly, Your Honor, I don't think that he's being accurate about the last time rent was paid. Because Hussein was here all October, all November. So I don't believe he's being 100%
Do you have something?
honest.
Do you have something to dispute the date that rent was paid through?
I mean, I don't, but I mean, I don't have $3,000 to pay. So, I mean, I'm working, like I said, I have a pod coming December 15th. So if I could have just until the end of the month, I mean, I didn't expect to be put in this situation. I thought, Hussein was paying the rent.
Hold on.
I can try
pause.
to get
both of you
I can-
pause. Both of you pause.
This is where the financial reality of the case becomes clear. According to the documents filed with the court, rent hasn't been paid since September. That's already thousands of dollars in unpaid rent. While the situation is sympathetic, the landlord is also dealing with serious financial loss. And that's something courts cannot
Somebody
ignore.
else.
No, I'm not trying to, Your Honor. I'm trying to get out. I just wasn't expecting this.
So if you're
I
able
can
to pay, excuse me,
Okay.
Mr. Abdul Karim has indicated that if you're not paying rent, he's not allowing you to stay there until January 1st.
Well, when court is over, I can go ask for his rent to be paid. I've already been working with the Community Action Agency, so I can try to get him as much money as possible. I would just have to ask for some help.
Okay, so I'm sorry, so you're working on rental assistance?
Yes, I am.
And just when it looks like the case might move toward eviction, something unexpected happens because she says she's applying for rental assistance. The judge is legally required to pause the case for 14 days. That gives her one final chance to secure financial help that could cover the unpaid rent. For the landlord, that means waiting even longer. But for her, it might be the only chance to avoid immediate eviction.
Set this for 14 days. I cannot set anything within 14 days. I cannot adjourn it for a second hearing or set it for a second hearing within the 14 days.
Yes, Your Honor, if that's what you want, that's fine with me.
Well, it's not necessarily what I want or don't want, right? Ms. Getter has indicated that she's working with Community Action Agency, which I presume she's talking about Wayne Metro and rental assistance.
That's gonna take months.
No, it's not, sir. You didn't hear what I just said.
Yes, Your Honor, I will be back on the 23rd, as you said.
She's requested rental assistance. She has 5 days to file the form that's required with this court and with you. It's called the DC Form 529. Anyway, there's a form 539, I believe it is, that you need to file, ma'am. She has to file that within 5 days. You will all be coming back on December 23rd. She will either know if that money's being paid. Otherwise, the court will enter a judgment.
Your Honor, can I have my lease back, please? Please.
Just one moment, sir. I can't do 5 things at one time. Just one moment. All right, we'll set it for 8:30 a.m. on the 23rd. Okay, ma'am, you have that form you need to complete, and then we'll see you all back on December 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And if you can give that back to Mr. Abdul Karim.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and we'll see
Thank
you
you.
all back. Thank you.
One question, Your Honor. How do I file? What am I filing, and how do I file it?
Well, if you have a question, you should come to the court, or you can pull it up online.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Your Honor. I appreciate all your help today.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Judge
Okay.
closing message. No commentary needed. Good ending.